Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Southport in the Premier League. It is season 10 with Southport. We're on our third season in the Premier Division and we are hoping this year, this is going to be the year that we qualify for Europe. We almost got it last season. We literally got screwed over by Aston Villa. And I know this very fresh in my mind because it was literally about 3 hours ago for me in real life. So yeah, hopefully this season we do it on our own merits. We can finish. I'm aiming for Europa League. I'm not necessarily... Obviously, I want Champions League, let's be honest. But I'm not necessarily going for Champions League. If we get into Europe, that is the goal. We haven't played any league games just yet because basically I want to go through some transfers first. So, during the final episode of Season 9, I mentioned that I wasn't particularly in love with my squad, and that is something that just sounds really obscure taken out of context. But if you've played a save for a number of years, you do get to a point where you just like certain players. You've got a feeling you know your starting 11. I didn't know my starting 11 last season, so basically what I've done is I've shifted on quite a few footballers. Victor Gomez is one of them. He signed last season on a free transfer. He's left, going to Hertha Berlin for 8 million, potentially rising to just under 10 million pounds. Cameron Hargreaves is next up. He actually played for us for a couple of seasons, one on loan, then we signed him permanently. He has gone to Huddersfield, who I think are a championship side. He has gone for 8 million pounds. We've made a decent amount of profit from Cameron. We played him for a reasonable amount of time as well, so he's done his job. Roberto Lopez is next up, a player who I signed in January and I've already sold him. He's gone to Cagliari in Italy for £4.4 million. We have technically made a profit on him, but there was just something there. Like, technically I think he's alright, but I just didn't like him. There was just nothing there going, you know what, he's got a future here, so he's gone as well. Dejan Ibrić, has also left the club. The Croatian striker / right winger has signed for Leeds for £3 million. I had nothing to do with this. He just kind of went to Leeds, which he's 20. He's not that great, is he? We're not going to miss him. Ezio Spadera's time at the club has also come to an end, going back to Italy, signing for Torino. We've had him for a very long time. We've got £2.5 million out of him since we kind of signed him permanently. He's done all right. Last season he only played 20 matches, 27 the season before that. We've made a profit. Ezio probably will be missed, but I'm basically now playing a right-footed left-back for the next season at least, from Guatemala, so, you know, there's always that. We've also sold Lewis Gordon. We've sold both of our left-backs. Lewis Gordon, who we signed for probably too much money, £6 million. He's gone to Aberdeen for 2.5, potentially going up to 3.1. He was good, but I don't think he was good enough. I don't think we're going to miss Lewis either. Paul Leao has also left the club. He spent the last season out on loan at Pachuca in Mexico. He's been here a while once again. Signed him on a free transfer all the way back in League 2. He climbed all the way up to the Premier League for us, scoring in League 1, League 1, the Championship and the Premier Division. Now signing for Cruz Azul. He wasn't going to play for us this season. Redouane Nejerry, one of our first signings in the Premier League, it might have even been our first signing in the Premier League, has left to sign for League 1 Reading. He was there on loan last season as they got relegated. They spent £235,000 on him. He wasn't good, was he? Mentally, he's got some numbers there, but he just wasn't, shape-wise, he's just not improving. Daniel Pugh, next up to leave the club, going to Esbjerg, which I was going to say native. He's not from there at all. We've had some players from weird countries. He's gone back to Denmark. He's not from Denmark. We just found him there. £200,000. Daniel Pugh he was never going to play for us. Our sub-goalkeeper for last season, Aaron Gage, has also left the club, signing for Championship side Luton. We probably stunted his development. We signed him on a free. He played one game a season, conceded a lot of goals for us. He then spent some time at Bristol, Port Vale, sold him for £140,000. Basically, he was out of contract. I needed to sell him or he would have just left on a free. It's fine, we've still got Karamoko Kone, you can sit on the bench. And the final player to leave on a permanent deal is Abubakar Doucouré, a player who we signed on a free transfer about a season and a half ago. He's now gone to Amiens in the French top division, maybe even the second division, for not a lot of money, £115,000, potentially going up to £145,000. He just wasn't really improving, and he's 22 now. Joining the club then, the first of 7 players is Hidde van Rijgen, sure. The Dutch right back won't be able to play for us because we've got way too many foreign players. We don't have enough English players. He's going to sit in the reserves. He's coming on a free transfer. I think he's Dutch and also part Bosnian, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, part Bosnian. So, we're probably not going to see him for a couple of years. Another player who we're probably not going to see for a couple of years is Pierre Ntola, who has signed from Coton Sports in Cameroon, 18 years of age, 2-star current ability, 4-star potential central midfielder. He's a very Stuart Pearce type of signing. Mentally, he's got some good numbers, teamwork and vision and work rate all very high. Maybe needs his determination up a little bit, but he's only 18 years old, plenty of time to develop. We've actually done a loan signing as well. Because we've sold both of our left backs, I needed to get a left back in to basically sit on the bench. And because we've got too many foreign players, I needed an English one. Aaron Granger is our English left back, our backup left back for the season, signed on loan from Leicester. He played one game for them last season, if I'm not mistaken. 3-star current ability. I would love to be able to sign him because there is definitely something there. And the fact that he is English is also very helpful. And he does have 4.5-star potential. We might try and sign him. They did want £65 million when I was looking to actually sign him before I just decided on loaning. The final transfer that is kind of a fringe player, and by fringe he's most definitely a fringe player, Christopher Lewis is a 24-year-old English central defender, formerly of Southampton. He's been signed for about £150,000 and not a lot of money. I think technically he's good, but he's also not great. He's not going to get a huge amount of football, but he is English, which always helps. Now then, this is where things get interesting. We have brought a right winger, a left winger, and a striker. I'm going big. I want some goals. Tails Wesley, or Tales Wesley. I'm going to call him Tails Wesley. He is signed from ALA in the Brazilian second division for just £4.4 million. He is a perfectionist. He's 23 years of age, 4-star current ability. I don't think he's going to get much better, but I think he is a very good option to play on the right or the left-hand side, and he's going to have a Brazilian friend on the opposite flank. And that is Saulo. Saulo is 20 years of age, 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. He is a wonder kid with a driven personality. Technically, he's got some very good numbers. Mentally, he's got some very good numbers. The work rate is a worry, but I'm hoping that's not going to be too much of a problem. He's been signed from SPO, which I'm not quite sure what Brazilian side that is. He's cost £17.5 million, which was his minimum fee release. I'm hoping we're going to make some good money on Saulo when we eventually sell him, or he scores 60 goals a season. That's kind of my hope here. And finally, breaking the bank somewhat, is Aurélien Evrard, a Belgian striker, 24 years of age, from KRC Genk, costing £22.5 million, which I think is joint with the Damien Tilger transfer for our most expensive transfer. And mentally, he's got some numbers, doesn't he? So many numbers in the green there. He's got a few as well on the border of green. Technically, he can finish his dinner. He can finish his dinner constantly, but he dribbles everywhere whilst trying to eat his dinner, but that's fine. 16 finishing, 16 dribbling, 16 first touch. He's got 20 determination, composure of 18 as well. Physically, he's a bit of a beast. Lots of 15s in there. It's a lot of money, and he is out injured with a pulled knee ligament problem. I'm hoping he's not constantly injured. When I signed him in January and delayed it until the summer because he was out injured with, I think, a broken leg or something like that. So I thought, there's no point signing him yet, but he's good. He's real good. I'm hoping this is not a sign to come. I'm hoping he doesn't say he has injury problems, which is fine. But yeah, Evrard, I'm hoping is going to score a lot of goals for us. He kind of has to. He's cost a lot of money. So yeah, that's the business. The window's shut. We're on the start game of the season against Spurs away from home. And by the way, if you missed the end of last season, we're playing our home games at Goodison Park this season. Our former affiliate club, our former parent club. So yeah, that'll be fun. So yeah, we spent £44.5 million. We brought in 29.5. We've also loaned out a lot of players. Conceição, Boyer, Kanate, Andri, Veladres, Mensah, Sangari, Barriero, McCloskey, Saunders, Keith Hall and Honoratario Monteiro have all gone out on loan. It means our first team squad looks a bit like this. It's pretty small. It's a pretty small squad. Also, our number one goalkeeper, Varro, is currently on international duty. I'm hoping he's back soon. He's going to miss the Spurs game. I don't know what the Serbia under... Oh, they're at the Olympics. Oh, they're going to go through, aren't they? They've gone through as well. He's going to miss loads of football. Oh, that's not good. How do we find... What's the fixtures? So, no, what do we want? Wait, we're there. Are we there? We're on the 5th of August. So, hold on. I'm confused. So, third place playoff. Okay, you've got one more game to play. That's fine. That's not a problem. But yeah, basically, this is the squad. And you might have noticed that I train players in particular positions. I've got 2 of everything, apart from centre-backs. I've got an extra centre-back. So we've got Kone and Varro as our 2 goalkeepers for the season. Matheson and Ibrahim Diop as our 2 right-backs. You will notice Nenad Milosevic is now training up as a central defender, which I'm not sure whether he's going to work out as a central defender, but we've got Acuna, Lewis, Milosevic, Mendes and Jermaine Bamba as our centre-backs. Leal and Granger as the left-backs. Diego Reyes has returned from a loan deal in Mexico. He will be the backup to Miro Butic as the deep-line playmaker. It's going to be Tommy Doyle. He's our only box-to-box midfielder. Rourke Murray is going to become a Mazzala because we've bought some very good wingers. So Rourke Murray's moving more to the centre of the pitch alongside Wang. We've got Mel Konyan and Tails will be on the right-hand side, I think it is, and Tilga and Saulo on the left-hand side. And then our strikers will be Everard and Eugene Lovko. I like to try and keep a tight ship, a nice small squad. I think we've got probably a too small squad. If we suddenly include our reserves, there's a lot of players that obviously can't play. We do have some options, but in terms of box-to-box midfielders, we've got no central midfielders that are available. Everyone else is unregistered because they're not allowed to be registered. I guess we've got Sam Turnbull. He's not very good, is he? So yeah, that is the start of the season. If we have a quick look at the season preview, you will spot that we are expected to finish 18th place in the table, which is fair enough. It's fair enough. I love to defy expectations. We've done it for the past 2 seasons. I'm expecting probably a similar season to last year, maybe 6th, 7th, 8th kind of region, somewhere like that. If you look as well, our projected starting 11, Leao, Acuna, Mendes and Milosevic. Maybe Milosevic might not be the right back, as we already know. Wang, Butic and Melkonyan? Melkonyan as a box-to-box. That's a thing that we haven't considered. That might be happening. Tilga, Wesley and Saulo as a striker as well. So they're not quite sure how we're going to line up front, which is fair enough. If we have a quick look, how do we get off of that? I don't want this selected. There we go. Looking at the best players for our squad, it is Wesley and Varro. It's our goalkeeper and one of our new signings, so hopefully they can do the business for us this season. What I'm going to do for this episode, I'm going to go forward to probably Chelsea. Maybe even Watford. We might go a fair distance because basically, I'm similar to last season. I don't want this to just be a long season of us finishing mid-table. If by the time we start playing Watford and things like that, we're actually pushing top of the table, similar to what we were doing last season, then we're going to come back and show a little bit more. But for now, I'm going to play 4-5 matches, I guess, because there's a Carabao Cup game in there as well, off camera. We'll return for the Watford game. Hopefully, we're mid-table. That's my guess. So we're back a little bit earlier than expected. I've literally just played the Spurs game, and I've just returned for this bit of news. Our number 1 goalkeeper is injured for 3 to 5 months with a broken ankle. 3 to 5 months. We have to play Karamoko Kone for another season now. Did not want to be doing that. Also, we did draw 0-0 with Spurs, which is actually a decent result. Our defence was spectacular. Right, I guess we go forward to Watford again. Well, we've made it all the way to September. It is the 9th of the 9th, and we are in the relegation zone, and I'm actually not too disappointed, weirdly. We've done okay. We haven't won any games, but we've played some very good sides. So things started badly. We did lose 4-1 against Liverpool in a Merseyside derby in front of nearly 40,000 people at our home stadium of Goodison Park. We lost 4-1, Wang with our goal. Then we played Newcastle, a 1-1 draw here. Newcastle were spectacular. Karamoko Kone was more spectacular, getting an 8.0, saving a penalty, which annoyingly they did score the rebound, but he still saved the penalty in the first place. We then played Millwall in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, that one we beat them 3-0. Tilga, Saulo and Javier Leao with the goals, and then a 2-2 draw against Chelsea. Jermaine Bamba and Everard with his first goal coming off the bench. He's literally just come back from an injury. I've played him in an under-23s match as well against Skelmersdale, and he scored a hat-trick in that. So he knows how to score goals. He's played 45 minutes in the first team and scored 1 goal already. We're going to be playing Watford now, 9th of the 9th. At home against Watford, we'll probably only get around 25,000 people here for this game, but still, that's bigger than what we were getting. And yeah, we're 18th. We've not won a game. We are one of the only 2 teams in the league that haven't won a game. Watford are the other one. But we do have 3 points. We are, I say undefeated. We're not undefeated at all. We've lost to Liverpool. But we've played Chelsea, up the top end of the table. We've obviously played Liverpool as well. Newcastle, we should have won. We probably could have got something out of that game. But yeah, we've played some very good sides. Hopefully Watford is going to be our first proper 3 points of the season. Well, the worrying thing is we've never beaten Watford, apparently. Have they just been promoted? They've beaten us 6 times and we've drawn once. Have they literally just been promoted? No. No, we've literally never beaten Watford. We've played them 7 times and never beaten Watford. Great. The starting lineup then for the Watford game, it will be Karamoko Kone in goal because Varro is still injured for maybe 6 weeks. He might be back in 6 weeks' time. It's going to be Granger, Mendes, Bamba and Matheson as our back four with Butic, Melkonyan and Doyle in the middle of the pitch. Tilga, Saulo and Everard is making his first start for the team today. And you can't see our sub-goalkeeper because I'm in the way. We have a sub-goalkeeper because basically I couldn't deal with not having one for nearly half a season. It's Joe Lumley. He is now 33 years of age, formerly of Millwall and QPR. I think he's at QPR in real life. He's actually not awful. He was available on a free transfer. He was actually on trial in Canada for Toronto. And I went, no, sorry buddy, we need you. I've given him a 3-year contract, which is way too long. But he's not getting paid a lot. He's getting paid about $5,000 a week. He's, like I said, he's just a sub-goalkeeper. He has played, ironically, against Millwall in the Carabao Cup and kept a clean sheet. But yeah, that's probably the only time we're ever going to see him. We are in a little bit of a problem at the moment because, honestly, I think I have weakened the side. Over the summer, I don't think I've invested... I would say invested well. I think I've invested well, but we've got less players to work with. We've sold some players like a Cameron Hargreaves who realistically could have done a job. Same with Lewis Gordon, could have done a job as well. So we have kind of weakened ourselves accidentally, but I'm still hoping we're good enough to stay in the league. Early chance-ish, 15 minutes on the clock. Tilga, edge of the area, just walks past a number of players. Not the best effort from the Argentine, though. I'm thinking this is a win here. This has got to be 3 points against Watford. We've got the ball with Miro Butic. He's going to play it back to Luke Matheson down the right-hand side. Matheson is probably one of our oldest players at 26. Tilga into the area. Stops and plays it back to Doyle. Tommy Doyle blazes it over the bar. He's probably also our second oldest player, is Tommy Doyle. Watford with the ball deep in our half. The ball's come in. It's a great save from Karamoko Kone. That was the whole highlight, wasn't it? Yep. What I'd love to see is Dromain Bamba score some goals. In pre-season, he literally scored a hat-trick from centre-back, so I'm hoping he can do the same thing actually in the season. Saulo's just got past about 4 or 5 Watford players running direct towards goal, but the Brazilian slots his effort wide. Saulo has been playing as a striker recently, so yeah, he's kind of had to move back to the position I initially signed him for. It's a corner for Mason Mount for Watford towards the back post. Ward with a headed effort. Karamoko Kone once again makes a very good save. The corner this time is going to be Mason Mount again, but from the opposite corner. Back post once again, and the Uruguayan Mendes heads the ball clear. It's probably going to be 0-0 against Watford at half-time, unless this ball is going to come back in. No, it isn't. It's going to be 0-0. We are not playing particularly well up front. Saulo is on a 6.3. A 6.3? He's a wonder kid. We've not brought him off just yet, but I'm thinking he's not going to last too much longer. Unless he can, do something. Everand on that left-hand side. On that left-hand side. Back to Granger, who's actually become our first choice left-back, ironically. Butic to Tilga, back post. He's got 2 in the middle, 4 in the middle now. He loses out, though, and potentially Watford can break. O'Brien loses to Bamba, but keeps hold of the ball somehow. Ali loses the ball to Mendes. Now Matheson. Matheson just lumps it up forward. Doesn't find a Southport player. Watford have the ball. Taylor and Mepham passing. Up towards Ali, header from Bamba though. Melkonyan, who's playing in the middle of the pitch. O'Brien's just pushed over Bamba. Matheson back to Kone. Kone's going to kick it long. Mendes, bit of control. On the left is Granger. Saulo. Come on, buddy, we can do something. He's been tackled. Saulo's done for, isn't he? He's just not having a good game, and nor is that. Ali's one-on-one with Kone. Kone makes a dodgy save. We're 1-0 down against Watford. We're going to be the only team in the league without a victory in, 5 games? That all came from Saulo just misplacing the ball, didn't it? He's still on a 6.3. Everand's on a 6.5. He keeps flicking about. Doyle with the free kick. Everand's there. It's hit the post or bar. One of the two. It's not gone in anyway. I was thinking about doing a sub, but we're weirdly getting better. Everyone's on 6.5s. Butic with a free kick. Curling effort from the Croatian wide of the goalkeeper's post. Still 1-0 against Watford, and I think we're probably going to be bottom of the table if it keeps going this way. Matheson's been pushed over. That's going to be a penalty. That is ideal. I don't know who's taking it. Is it Butic? Is he our penalty taker? It should be Bamba, I think. I'm not sure. It is Miro Butic, the Croatian. This game hates me. This game hates me. This game hates me. Oh my word. We are going to lose another match. Saulo's coming off because he's having a shocker. We're going to bring on Wesley as well. What else do we do? We'll just do that for the moment. I don't want to bring off Everard because he's good. He's just not really had the chance to play much football lately. Mason Mount with the corner for Watford. 15 minutes to play. Get the ball upfield. Doyle does so. Rafik Melkonyan can run into the space. The Armenian, he's got Everard in front of him. Is he going to cross it in? He does. Everard is there. It's not Everard, actually. It's Rock Murray. And Rock bloody Murray was offside. Was he offside? I mean, VAR's saying he was offside. He was offside. Oh, my word. This is not good. This is not good at all. We are bottom of the league. We've played some very good sides. We've also played an average Watford and average Newcastle side, but we are bottom of the league. Mason Mount with the ball for Watford. If we can steal an equaliser, I guess that's better than nothing. Bamba heads forward to Melkonyan. We've got a minute and a half. Talaz Wesley with the ball. Making a run is Rock Murray. Is he going to control it? He does. He's got past his tackle, just about crosses it in. Doyle's there, not going to get it. Butic collects it. Well outside the area though. Plays it across, tries to invite somebody forward and instead invites Watford forward for a counter-attack. Fernando to Ali. He's got past his man. He's going to make it 2. Ali Akman makes it 2-0. And oh my word, this is going to be a very long season. This is going to be a very long season. I'm not looking forward to it. 4 minutes of injury time. We've got another highlight. I mean, we need to score 2 goals with 1 highlight. Is that even possible? Matheson bursting down the right-hand side. Loses to Mount. Keeps hold of the ball, actually. He's got 3 in the box. If he can cross it in, he can't cross it in. And we're going to get done on the counter-attack again by Watford. Every goal has been the counter-attack. Emre in on goal. Straight at Kone. Kone does make the save. It's a corner. It's going to be 3-0. I can feel it. Corner for Mason Mount. Where's it going to go? Back post is my guess. It's actually front post. Jermaine Bamba heads it clear. We've got 3 minutes. Fernando back to the corner taker. Mount crosses in. Ali's there. Doesn't win the header this time. Everard. He needs some runners. Instead, he just blocks one of our runners trying to get up there. Everard's just going to keep going it alone, though. The Belgian. Back to Rafik Melkonyan, edge of the area. Butic. Melkonyan again. We could get a goal from this, and it could mean an exciting final minute and a half, maybe. Melkonyan with it. Butic and Melkonyan. We're going backwards. We're going the wrong way. There we go. We found Matheson on the right-hand side. Doyle goes for an effort. Everard is there. He's put the ball in. Is that offside as well? If you offside again... How offside were you? How offside were you? I'm calling you offside. You bloody clown. Absolute clown. We've scored twice, but both of them were offside. We've lost against Watford. That is just a shocking performance. We missed a penalty as well when it was 1-0. You are coming in for training, lads. You are definitely coming in for training. What gets even better, and by better I mean 100 times worse, is we have to play Manchester United next as well. We are bottom of the table. 0 wins out of 5. But I'm just clinging to the fact that we've played Spurs, Liverpool and Chelsea. 3 very good teams. All 3 of them, I'm pretty sure, are in like the top 6. What's it? Liverpool 2nd, Chelsea 4th, Spurs 14th. Let's ignore Spurs, pretend they were good. We got a point against Spurs anyway. Next episode then, we're probably going to go all the way to October. I think we're going to go October. We're going to go Palace and Birmingham. 3 home games. And by home, I mean at Goodison Park. We'll do Palace, we'll do Birmingham, hopefully. Those are 2 winnable games. We've only got 3 league games in between episodes as well. Manchester United, Fulham and Everton, which again, they're all very difficult games. We need to win all 3 of those games in October. Ideally, we need to beat Fulham as well. I think we might be in a relegation scrap this year. Oh, that's not good. 11 without a win. I know it's spread across the 2 seasons, but 11 games without a win. When you see actually the teams we played, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal, City, Wolves, Chelsea again, we've played some very good sides. Something ain't right here. Something is not right. We need to fix something. That is going to do it then for the first episode of Season 10 with Southport in the Premier League, and it looks like it is going to be a long and difficult season, this one. I'm hoping October we can start to turn things around. I'm hoping we can beat Fulham. If we can just get a victory on the next 3 games, that'll be nice. It's still early days. We're only 5 games in, but it's going to be a long old season. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more of the Southport save, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with more Southport.